chapter review, chapter 2 review packet. I started my video, you guys. I'm going to go through problems 16 through 19, the solving equations and justifying each step. I'm going to go through 16 to 19, solving equations and justifying each step. I'm going to move my paper, probably. I'm going to move my packet away to the side here in a minute after oh, that's not what I want. I want 16. Nakia, would you shut off the lights over there? Yep. All right, here we go. It's getting better. Okay, so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. The last thing I'm going to do is justify my steps. I'm going to start solving 16 by adding 9x to both sides. I'm going to line up my equal sign. Check in your work. If you don't have it done, careful with your negatives. That's okay. Wait and see what happens. Wait and see what happens. We should still end in the same place. We should end in the same place. I've talked to you guys about, please listen. I've talked to you guys about how adding and trying to, I should have added 20x to both sides. Whatever. I'm still going to get to the same answer. Negative 21 and 87 is going to put me at 66 right here. 66 equals negative 11x. Regardless of how you started this problem, your answer still should have been negative 6. Please, guys. Now, excuse me. My work was my undoing was happening in blue pen. So I'm going to go from this line to, okay, I undid to get to here. And in mine, I use the addition property of equality. If you solve this a little bit different, your properties out here might look a little different. I then repeated the addition property of equality. And then I finished using the division property of equality. Make sure that your properties are making sense and you're kind of going from here to here. Use arrows. That was one of the things I ran into yesterday when I was looking at people's warm-ups, that you weren't necessarily, well, and it was in, I shouldn't say you, in another class of mine, some people weren't necessarily like being clear about what the from here to here was this property. They were kind of just putting a list and it didn't match up. What's up, Palmer?
When you're doing that, I did the addition property twice, but do I have to write it twice?
You absolutely do. Every step should be justified. So the question was, is if I'm using the addition property twice, do I have to write it again? You do, because one step to the next, what's the property? Doesn't matter if you repeat it, you're still going to write it. I'm going to start 17 by subtracting 7x's from both sides, lining up my equal sign. 8x plus 22 equals 62. I'm going to subtract again. Jogger. 8x equals 40. When I'm with my daughter, I do. She doesn't like it. So my first step is justified by subtraction. I actually use subtraction in my second step. And yesterday I recall somebody asking me, do we have to write down the properties? You guys have been solving equations for a handful of years now, and really this is more about this justification and the properties than the solving. Hopefully some of you have gotten better with your solving over, throughout these lessons, but this is really more about the justification of the properties. Yes? If you're checking your answer using substitution, I don't need to see that. So Lena was having us, I'm going to go on to 18 and just talk about something that has been coming up. Selena was having us use substitution at the end of each of our answers to check our answers to see if they were right. Taking our 5 and plugging it in to both sides of the equation to see if it was a true equation. And like I said before, doing that is going to assure you of getting answers correct on a test. 6x equals 3. So this is a half. That's a half. So x is a half. You can have 0.5. From here to here is distributive. First problem that we did with distributive. After I distributed, I subtracted. Go ahead. That's fine. Wait a minute, negative? It shouldn't be negative. Somewhere along the way you lost something. Should not be negative. 19. Number 19, last one in this group. Please, guys. Plus 2 times the quantity, 2x minus 23 equals negative 154. So lots going on in 19. I hate 19. Don't give 19 that much power. All right. So the first thing that I did was distribute. Now I'm going to, I would call this simplify because I've just got to put together the things that are like on the left-hand side. So I get this down to a reasonably easy equation to solve. So from here to here, I distributed. Nope, 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 nope. Listen, please stop talking and listen. From here to here, I would call this simplify and specifically combine like terms. Because I am not undoing anything. I am just putting together the things that are like on the left-hand side of the equal sign. Now I start undoing. $108. Thank you. Sounds about right to me. So then here I am at negative 12. So wait a second, I've got to fill in some stuff. I use the addition property of equality. Those properties are only when I'm undoing. And I use the division property of equality.